People sometimes introduce animals and plants into new areas. These new species can change the natural habitat they find themselves in beyond recognition. When these non-invasive, introduced species harm their environment, we call them an invasive species. Native species and habitats can suffer when an invasive species takes hold, with some infamous examples including the cane toad, the grey squirrel, Asian hornet, lionfish, and Japanese knotweed. Most places visited by us humans are exposed to introduction of an invasive species, and the Cévennes National Park in the south of France is no different. Officially founded in 1970, the Cévennes National Park's ecosystems and history have international recognition by UNESCO. Humans have settled here since the Roman era. It's home to exceptional fauna like beavers, vultures and otters, and boasts rich and varied flora, including rare, threatened and protected plants. Nestled in the foothills of the Cévennes National Park is the Château de Freycinet, a grand historic French manor house surrounded by nature. The chateau's earliest historical mention was dated at 1640. Sweet chestnuts were farmed all the way through to the 20th century, after which the sweet chestnut trees were left unmaintained and unmanaged. Now, the chateau is used for holidaying and the enjoyment of the national park's nature scene, though the location's flora has an invasive problem. Since chestnut farming stopped, the Terraced X farm has become a diverse, expansive forest habitat of its own, neighbouring a native hollyoak forest also on the chateau grounds. During this time, however, the invasive tree species black locust, also known as pseudo-acacia, has found its way into the forest and has made itself quite at home. Despite its name, the black locust is a tree that was native to North America, but has since spread across continents when used for timber and decoration. Now, it's a common invasive member of the European landscape. Its adaptations are perfect for invading and overtaking habitats. It grows faster than other plants and trees, and it reproduces rapidly through both pollination and its roots. It can even change chemical properties of soil by pulling nitrogen from the atmosphere into the ground, a process called nitrogen fixing. With these abilities, it's making its way through the chateau's forests. Black locust competes with native forest trees for nutrients and sunlight, and alters the normal soil chemistry to better suit its growing conditions that many native plants are less tolerant of. Black locust lacks any natural enemies, so it will spread and challenge through habitats it grows in, and overtake the forest and other plant life that dwells within. The black locust trees should be managed and controlled in some way. There's no tried and true method for dealing with them, but efforts can be made to monitor and reduce spread as much as possible. First, a baseline survey should be done. This will tell us how far the invasive trees have spread. A couple of useful methods are visual ground surveys and aerial drone surveys. Drone surveys would be really useful for recording overhead flight footage of the chateau's forest, so we can see where the bigger black locust trees are. Drones can also be equipped with LiDAR scanners, which can scan the shape and size of the black locust trees. This will be useful later down the line. Ground surveys are older-fashioned, but just as useful. They'd involve walking through the forests and mapping where young black locust saplings are growing. These baseline survey methods combined will cover either's weaknesses, so with an understanding of how far the black locust trees have spread, the future management needs addressing. Stopping black locust is a game of tree whack-a-mole, and efforts to get rid of it are usually in vain. Containing the spread might be the best option. It's too difficult to get rid of, and it might give the forest enough chance to outgrow what's currently there. To do this, the black locust population should be held as it is. This could involve cutting, targeted pesticide use, anything to prevent new trees from sprouting. The forest should be resurveyed at least every year to track the growth or reduction of the invasive trees. This is where LiDAR scanning helps us. The scanned size of black locust areas can be compared from year to year, telling us if the management is working or not. Holding off black locust expansion might let the forest outgrow at least some of it. Black locust doesn't cope with shade well, so give it 10 years or so, it could be overgrown by native trees who might keep it contained, given the opportunity. Whilst the spread of the black locust tree and other invasive species can be harmful to native habitats and ecosystems, it's not the only threat to the conservation of our planet's habitats. Protecting native ecosystems against invasive species is just a small step toward a future with secure conservation of nature.